Good morning, Sunset Country.
Good morning. We're back again.
We're back again.
Yes.
And it's Family Fishing Week.
It has been family fish, still is. It is till Sunday. Sunday at midnight, I believe. We're still allowed to get out with your families fishing.
The most exciting part is that we had a contest.
We did. Woo!
And we had 7 submissions, which is amazing.
Yes, that's great.
It sure beat the heck out of our sunset photos.
It did, yes.
Or sunrise, sorry.
The sunrise, that's correct. But people were out there fishing, you had your families out, you had your kids out. I got to put this rod.
Are you having trouble?
I don't want to catch you.
I thought you had experience with fishing, Dave.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a little experience fishing, but you know what? It's also summer, it's vacation. I'm wearing my vacation shirt. You'll see a lot of these for this month.
That is a pretty flashy shirt, I must say. I really, really like it.
No, but it's fishing.
Do you want to pick our first contest?
Yes, so we have 3 winners to pick.
Are we going to show the photos?
Yes, I think we've got, there we are. Look at this. Oh, submitted by Tracy Luckman. Oh,
there we go. That's a big fish for a little guy.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, look at that.
Here we go.
Oops.
Thank you for your submissions. These are awesome. We can definitely tell that the region is pumped on fishing.
Yes, look at that. Oh, there's a nice, that's a bass. There we are. Oh, small little
Here we
walleye.
go. Let's see who the lucky ones
Let's see.
are.
Okay,
here,
so we're gonna pick three winners. Are we gonna pick them and read them? We'll pick them and read them.
And of course, the contest, these winners get a
A rod, any reel.
And 2 little books.
That's right.
Curtis.
The first winner is submitted by Randy Seawall Casey.
Yay!
So that's the first one. Yay! Here, you pick the second one. You can
Randy.
pick the next one.
Oh. Shane Papineau.
Shane Papineau, congratulations.
Number 2.
And we've got one more to go.
Leave these guys out here.
Mix them around a bit. We've got one. Let's see what we've got here. And we have, our little angel from a few weeks ago, Tracy Letkeman.
Oh,
yes.
Congratulations.
So there we go. Each of them, I'm sure somebody from the show will contact you, and you get your, what I call fishing stick, apparently. We're not allowed to call them
That's the
fishing
first time
sticks.
I've heard it called fishing stick.
Well, I call it a fishing stick.
There you go.
But that's just me.
Brand spanking new to catch more fish out there.
That's right. Excellent. Congratulations.
We have another great show, of course.
Yes, we do. We always do.
We always do.
Is there any doubt?
We have Jay Samsal on to talk about Family Fishing Week. He is, of course, a tournament pro.
Yes. He probably doesn't call it a fishing stick.
He probably doesn't call it a fishing stick.
All right. We also have Lori Harkoff from the OPP talking about boat safety.
And we have Sandra Poole from the Salvation Army. And they have a big fundraiser coming up. We'll talk more about that. But first, Shelley Bujold had an opportunity to talk to Jeff Gustafson, who is our region's representative at the FLW Bass tournaments in the United States.
Go, Jeff.
This is a highly competitive tournament circuit, and he is currently in 5th place. Here's that story now.
I've been out on the lake all day shooting Fishing with Gussie with Jeff Gustafson, and it's been a good day.
Yeah.
Right?
Look at this. Beauty, another beautiful sunset in Sunset Country.
Yeah,
and, it's July. Can't complain.
No, it's been pretty nice. It started out a bit rainy, but you know, we put it together. It was good.
Yeah, no, good day. We filmed a show, 2nd episode for season 6 coming up. That'll start airing next winter. So we got a busy summer ahead of us to knock off all the shows and segments that we have to do. But pick away, a show or two, every other week, and it works out pretty good.
Excellent. Now, a busy summer ahead. That is the key words here because Jeff, we all have a busy summer, but Jeff has a busy summer ahead. Coming up, you qualified for the Forest Wood Cup, which is part of the FLW Tour. It's like the championship. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, yeah, I fish for a living, so this time of year is busy. And this year, for the last 4 years, I've been fishing the Walmart FLW Tour, big pro bass circuit in the U.S. And so I spend a lot of my winter and spring down there doing that. It's a 6-event regular season, and 170 anglers fish, all year, and the top 35 qualify for the cup. So I had a really good year. I was very fortunate. I cashed a check at every tournament, and at the end of the 6 events, we finished off last week at Lake Champlain out in New York, and I ended up 5th overall. So I made a little bit of a run at winning the Angler of the Year, which is a pretty big deal. That's winning the point. We get points where you finish in each event, and that's how the standings kind of work. So I'm going to get to go to Alabama in August and fish it'll be the biggest tournament of my life, and first place is like $300,000, and we actually all get $10,000 for qualifying for it. And so it's going to be not a lot of pressure as far as, we get to make some money, and it's a pretty big deal. So something that I've been working towards for a long time.
Okay, well, Jeff, we're definitely wishing you all of the luck. That's coming up. It's the same weekend as the Kenora Bass International, so you won't be there this year.
I've fished it since 1993. I was 10 years old the first year of the tournament. So it's going to be, it'll be disappointing that I'm not going to be there, but I'll be cheering all my buddies on, and I wouldn't miss it for the world, other than this is a pretty big deal, but KBI is a great event. I help out with with a lot of the volunteers that and go to the monthly meetings when I can, and the committee that puts the tournament on, those people work so hard and do such a great job. It's pretty fun to be a part of, and it's great for Kenora.
And I know you'll definitely see some of us out there filming it. We're doing Go Fish, which is exciting. That'll be on Shaw TV Channel 10, which is our sister station with CJBN. It's pretty exciting. Anyways, we'll be there, and our camera guy, Jay Samsal, will be there. Jay Sampson. He's also on the show today. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up right now. I'm Shelley Bujold for Good Morning Sunset Country.
Coming up, Dave will be getting some boating safety tips from the OPP's Lori Harkoff, and we will have that when we return from the break.
Welcome back to Good Morning Sunset Country, and today I have the pleasure of having a good friend, Lori Harkoff from the Kenora OPP, on the couch today.
Yes.
Lori is one of the it's changed now, community safety officers.
Correct, yes.
Community safety officers, okay. And speaking of safety, that's what it's about. It's summer, it's vacation. I'm wearing one of my vacation
Yes,
shirts.
looks good.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about boat safety. It's a big thing up here. Let's go over some of the basics that people need to know about when they're out in their boats.
Sure. If you're heading out, first of all, you have to have your pleasure craft operating card. That's
Yes.
important. You have to be legal there. Before you head out, make sure that your boat is properly maintained. Make sure there's a full tank of gas. We get many calls of people being stranded out on the lake. So just take the extra few minutes, make sure your boat is up to par, and make sure you have all the safety equipment with you as well.
Okay, and safety, big question is life jackets.
Yes.
Now, that's a big, and we both know, and we hear still out there. What's the law on life jackets? What do you have to have with you?
Everyone has to have a life jacket in the boat. A lot of people don't like to wear the life jackets. They say it's bulky, but the life jackets have come a long way. So it's important. Things happen so fast when you're out on the lake that you don't have time to react and grab that life jacket or personal flotation device. So it's important to always have it on. And time and time again, we see the children in the boat wearing it and the parents are not wearing it. So if something happens, the parents aren't able to help their children. So safety first, put on your life jacket.
That's right. We used to have a rule with my kids when they're running, especially if the boat's moving, life jackets are on.
Exactly.
If we're stopped fishing or something, maybe they can come off, but if they're moving, all right. And the life jackets, you have to have appropriate life jackets. You can't have all adult life jackets if you've got children with you.
Yes, and you have to also make sure they're approved too, and that they fit securely.
All right. Alcohol, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's a no-no. A lot of people think that if they're just along the shore, they can have alcohol. There is no alcohol allowed unless it's the vessel is your primary residence. So it has to have a cooking facility, washroom, or sleeping. And it also has to be anchored or tied up to a dock if you're going to consume any alcohol.
So if all of that applies, then you can be a resident.
Yes.
And you can consume alcohol, whatever, and okay.
Correct. And if you are caught driving impaired, it's the same consequences as if you were driving a vehicle on the highway. So it's criminal code applies even out on the lake.
And even if you're on a boat, I understand you lose your driver's license.
Correct.
So you lose your opportunity to operate a motor vehicle as well.
Yes, and your vessel will also be impounded.
Yes,
So
yes.
a lot
So
of people
that's-
don't know that.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
No, it's not at
No.
all.
So we're out there in your boat, you're fishing or you're tubing. Let's say you're tubing and you're water skiing. People don't realize this. You have to have somebody with you.
Yes, you have to have a spotter. So it's not only the person driving the boat, you have to have somebody in the back just watching, making sure the person that's being towed is safe. So you must have a spotter as well.
It must be somebody responsible. Can't
Of
be
course.
your infant sitting in the chair.
No, it has to be somebody who's
Yes,
responsible.
watching somebody out there.
Yeah.
Excellent. So boating safety, we've got a lot of boats out there. The OPP have a few boats out that are all over the
Yes.
place.
We're very fortunate that we have a marine and trails unit here, and the guys and girls are always out on the lake and making sure that everyone's safe.
Fantastic. We're going to change topics here a bit because I understand, well, I do know because I'm going to be with you. We've got a special week coming up starting Monday. Can we
Yes,
talk about that?
For sure. We're very excited. We have our OPP Kids Camp next week. It's a day camp, Monday to Friday. We have tons of activities planned throughout the week. It's basically for 12-year-olds, and the teachers and the police officers choose the children that don't really have the opportunity to get out fishing and be outdoorsy throughout the summer. So the kids were chosen, and they're super excited to get started.
Yeah.
Some of the activities we're doing, we have our first day is the introduction of our special unit. So the kids get to see the canine officer, and they get really excited to see him and other units. We're also going to the museum for a tour. What else? We're going to MS Kenora.
Kenora.
We're going to Manaki for
You're
an
going to sleep in
overnight.
Manaki Wednesday night?
Yes,
Yeah.
so that would be super fun. And it's great. Everything is absolutely free. So all the kids have to just show up with the clothes on their
Fantastic.
back, and we feed them healthy snacks. And we've been very lucky that we've had a lot of sponsors in the community that donate for this great cause.
Well, that's fantastic. Thanks for coming in. We look
Thanks for
forward
having me.
for the week coming up.
Yes.
Coming up next, we've got Deb is going to speak with Sandra Poole from the Salvation Army and let us know what's going on in their field.
Welcome back to Good Morning Sunset Country. In the studio now we have Sandra Poole, who's joining us from Kenora's Salvation Army. Welcome, Sandra, to the show.
Good morning.
We have a few things to talk about today. First of all, let's tell our viewers just a little bit about Salvation Army and what services and stuff they provide in the community.
Obviously, we have our very, very visible thrift store,
Yes.
which is very active. We have a very large customer base now, and there's always something different to see in the store.
Absolutely. It does change fast in there.
It does, yes.
I frequently shop the Salvation Army.
We've had very regular times where we've put something out and it's literally been on the floor for 30 seconds and it's sold.
And it's gone. Excellent.
Yeah.
That means you must have a lot of donations as well.
We do, yes. We have a huge amount.
Now, I understand that your donation drop has changed.
It
It's
has.
no longer at Bell's Ranch.
No, we closed that at the end of June last year. We took a leap of faith. It was a very heavy financial weight around our necks.
Yeah.
And after a lot of backwards and forwardsing between myself and our headquarters in Winnipeg, the decision was taken to close it. And thankfully, I think we made a right choice.
Excellent. That's good to know, because sometimes those changes for not-for-profits aren't always easy, right?
It was a tough. We had a very tough time. It was a very difficult decision, and it wasn't one we took lightly. But we weighed up what it was costing us in rent, what it was costing us in gas, backwards and forwards, in dumping fees, and the savings were into 5 figures.
So now everybody can take all of their donations right to the store on Matheson Street.
That's correct. We can take all donations during business hours. Clothing, we can actually accept 24 hours a day, as we
Perfect.
have a donation box situated right in our driveway.
Yeah.
You can just pull up, pull the slot down, drop your stuff in.
Excellent. Now let's talk about another fundraiser that we are having right now. If you look at Sandra's beautiful hair, it might not be here in a few more months. Let's talk about that.
That's correct. We're in desperate need of a new floor in our store, and we have been for a couple of years. It's got to the stage where it's cracked, it's crumbled, it's even held together with duct tape in a couple of places. So we did have the money all set aside ready till the 29th of June last year when our air conditioning unit caught fire.
Oh, goodness.
We ended up with a $14,000 replacement bill. So there was the money gone that we had set aside.
Yes.
So we've looked at various different options. We've gone out, we've got quotes. The best quote we could get was $16,000. We have $7,600 so far.
It's a start, but we need 10,000.
We actually need a total of 16,000.
Okay.
But with the
16,000.
6,600 we already had ready for the building fund, which left us a deficit of 10,000. So I have challenged the community to help us raise that final $10,000 and get our floor replaced. And if we can do it, next Saturday, July the 16th, I will have my head shaved during our Customer
Holy
Appreciation
crow.
Day.
There you go. That's commitment, Sandra.
Well,
So let's talk about Customer Appreciation Day. What's going on around there?
well, we had our inaugural one last year, and it was a lot of fun. So we said, okay, we're going to make this an annual event. So we have a huge sale, of which all will be unveiled on the day.
Ooh.
We can't tell you in advance because it's that good a sale.
Excellent. That's exciting.
We're going to have a huge cake, coffee, juice. We've got some free draws. We have 2 silent auctions going on. We also have a live radio show.
Excellent.
Yeah, so-
Well, and aside from the shopping and the deals, people can also donate money as well, straight to the cause, correct?
Yeah, absolutely, yes, yeah. Any donation over $5 we'll give a tax receipt for.
Perfect.
We can take them through the debit machine, by cash, by check, and I even have a GoFundMe page.
Excellent. And what is the name of your GoFundMe page?
Support Underfoot.
Support Underfoot.
Yes, yeah.
So this is a very important organization in our community, and they, of course, make a lot of their money through the thrift store, and they need a new floor. So let's get on board, come down Saturday the 16th, and spend some money in the store, get some good deals, or just donate some cash, you know?
Please do. Yeah.
Please do. And let's see Sandra with a shaved head. We'll have to get you back on the show with your shaved head.
Well, you know, I've done many, many crazy things to my hair over
Yeah.
the years, and my hair is very, very dear to me. So I sat down with my husband and I'm like, well, what do you think I should do? I said, do you really think I should do this? And he was like, you're going to do it anyway.
You're
so.
going to do it anyways. Well, you're very brave.
Thank you.
And it shows a lot of commitment, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
Welcome back. We're here in the studio with Jay Samsal.
Yes, we are.
He has fished in tournaments all over the region and is a Cabela's pro staffer, but today he's talking to us about Family Fishing Week.
That's
So
right.
Jay, I know you have a kids fishing tournament in the winter, which we will get more into, but what is the most important thing about getting kids out fishing? What do you love about it the most?
Getting kids out fishing for the kids. I mean, that's our future. You know, our future is with the kids and fishing, and it's super important to me, not only as a tournament angler to see our tournaments continue to grow, but just to see the sport of fishing continue to grow.
Yeah.
Fishing's a great thing. It gets kids out in the outdoors, off the couch, you know, out in front of the beauty of Lake of the Woods and the
Yes.
surrounding area, and there's this area that we live in has so much to offer. There's so many different species to catch. You know, kids can start out fishing off the dock and catching perch and little walleyes, and progress their way up to fishing these bass tournaments and walleye tournaments. And it's an addicting sport. Anyone that's ever caught a fish before, knows that feeling. And it's just important to get kids out off the couch and introduce them to the outdoors.
Absolutely. Well, and they talk a lot about fishing, being a really serene sport, taking in the scenery and spending quality family time together too.
Yeah.
I find kids are really natural when they come into those situations, and it encourages conversation.
Yes. It does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you get out in the boat with your mom and dad and your brothers and your sisters, and it just seems like the stresses are gone.
Yeah.
Whatever happens at the playground, at school, or wherever it might be, those things kind of seem to fade away when you're on a boat.
Absolutely.
And you can sit back, relax, and maybe have a conversation with your brother or your sister that you've never had before, because
That's right.
the stresses and the pressures aren't there. But
Yeah.
getting out on the lake, introducing your kids, if your kids have never been out fishing before, Even if they get out once or twice a summer, we're very fortunate around here to have Lake of the Woods in our back door. We need to take advantage of it.
I have a question because I have 3 boys that desperately want to start fishing. I recently got back into fishing.
Good.
What would be the best place to start with them?
As far as location goes,
or just
Well, they want to catch fish.
ease of
They want to
taking
catch.
children
They want to
fishing.
catch.
not everyone has access to a boat and stuff
Yeah.
like that, but like I said, we're so fortunate around Kenora. We can literally walk around the harbor front anywhere.
Yeah.
There's plenty of access points on Lake of the Woods to fish from shore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so simple to get yourself, a cheap rod and reel.
Yeah.
Head down to the local bait shops, grab, a dozen minnows or some worms.
Yeah.
And just start casting. I mean, half the fun a lot of times is just throwing a line off the end of the dock.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to bite.
Yeah.
We have big muskies in this lake. We have
Yeah.
walleyes. We have bass. You never know what's going to bite.
Yeah, that would be,
Yes, that
that's
would.
what would happen to me is my kids would catch a muskie.
I can
for
promise you
sure.
the first time, if your kids have never caught a fish before, that first time they get that initial bite and they reel one in, they're hooked.
Well,
They're
this is
hooked.
the summer.
Yeah,
I promised
this'll
them
be it.
this is the summer.
I noticed you mentioned minnows or worms. You didn't say leeches. That's good.
You know what?
I don't like leeches.
I didn't want to give a secret away.
Oh.
But that's kind of the secret.
What age? What's the youngest child you would take out fishing? Do you think that could handle the?
Well, I'll tell you what. We put on a kids' winter ice fishing event in the month of March, and we encourage kids of all ages. I believe we have kids 3 years old join us in this
fantastic.
event. The earlier so you can get them hooked on fishing, the better.
Yeah.
They start developing their skills with handling the rod and reeling and tying their own line and stuff like that. And I got a little guy that's 2.5 years old, and he's doing pretty good already.
Nice.
That's good.
Apple
Not that
doesn't
I'm
fall
pushing
far
him,
from-
but he seems to have the knack for it.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, thanks for joining us today, Jay.
Absolutely.
So everybody has to check out Jay's fishing tournament.
That's right.
Carnival.
Yeah, it's during the winter carnival. We're going to take I believe we're going to take 150 kids this year. We give them all rods and reels. We have all the holes drilled for them.
All right.
Tim Horton shows up with goodies for them.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun. It's 100% free. And we got a lot of cool giveaways. This year's winner won a fishing trip with Jeff Gustafson from Fishing with Gussie. So he's taking them out on the water actually
That's
next
great.
week.
Nice.
And they're going to get to see what it's like to fish with a real pro.
Wow. Excellent. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for your contribution.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Thank you very much.
Once again, our winners, because of course 3 of our viewers
Yes.
have won rods today.
That's great.
Tracy
Our winners,
Leckerman.
Tracy Leckerman. Yes, Randy Cedarwell Casey. Congratulations, as well as Shane Tapano. They won rod and reel. And next week, Deb and I are going to try something different. We're going to try a sport called pickleball.
Pickleball.
It's not like fishing, I understand.
Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Neither
It's
have
going to
I.
be pretty interesting.
It's
We are
gonna be
heading out
interesting.
to Garrow Beach,
Yeah.
and we are going to do a tennis and ping pong little event called
Type event.
pickleball.
Come see us play pickleball, and maybe you'll like it.
Have a good week, everyone.
Have a great week.